pleasure to be here today to speak with you and just to have a chat really about this industry that we love. When I was asked to chat, I was asked a question, what does it take to get on a cover? And I think that's probably the question I'll try to answer in my way today based on my experience. It's been a really good opportunity for me to sort of take some time and think about what are those things that I do and what have I done over the last 7 years that have contributed to some of this. Really, to get that cover shot, we know it needs to be a bold photo. You need to engage with the camera. It needs to pop off the page. You almost want to touch it and feel it when you look at it. So what do I do? What can I do to get myself in the best possible position to make that happen? And so thinking about that, I sort of came up with the 3 Ps. I'm remembering like my 3 Ps in a pod of modelling. And those are, I'll begin with practice. Sounds a little bit boring and you might feel like a bit of a dickhead when you first start, but I can't stress it enough, practicing. Get a mirror and work out your angles in different lighting, work out what looks good on your body, because what looks good for me is definitely going to be different to what looks good on another girl. As you can see, I'm coming from the curvy small girls school of modelling, but that's okay, you know, I've had to work with that. Practicing as well, get your friends to take photos of you. I used to hassle my boyfriends. It didn't take too long to get them to submit to that idea. Just use them, use your family members, use your laptop, whatever. I think that really, that's really helped, and just looking over them and seeing what works for you. It's confidence building as well. I remember my first shoot, I did the same face in every single photo, and luckily I had a cool guy come up and sort of oversee the shots, and he wasn't the photographer, but he said to me, bloody hell, you know, can you just do something else with your face? And I was really happy that he did that, because after that I was braver with my choices. And it's important to be able to take those risks, because that's how you get a standout shot. So I feel like practice is it's your first most basic step in the right direction. The second one, and I feel like we touched on this a little bit, is performance. When you're on a shoot, you're a performer. I like to think of myself as being an artist, collaborating with other artists who are there on the day. You'll at least have a photographer. You're also likely to have a makeup artist, a stylist, and maybe 5 people from the magazine there. So there can be quite an audience sometimes. And I think for me it helps to respect their position and also respect my position in making this piece of art. It's a creation at the end of the day. So performance, how do we perform? It's important to know what your intention is for the shoot. So am I there to seduce? Am I there, which is often the case, or am I there to shock? Am I there to be, you know, an accessible kind of sexy? If that's the case, you know, I think of these models, I think of other models I admire. If I like, I can draw on, say, somebody like Marilyn Monroe, and I'll use her energy. So if I know I need to do something that's sort of seductive, you know, I'll picture her in my mind. As it was mentioned before, if it's not in your mind, like if you're not thinking it, if you're not there, if you're not believing it, it's not going to come out in the photograph. So use these people that you admire, use their energy, just channel it. If I need to appear tall, which I often do, I'll pretend that I'm Giselle, and you'll move your body differently if you start thinking those thoughts. It just kind of happens automatically. So that's really one of the keys to getting a great performance, basically, which is on the shoot day. Very, very important. I'll just make sure I'm getting everything in I want to give to you today. I think, look, the most important thing about these points that I want to make today is that, you know, you don't have to be born with these. These are, unlike having long legs, you can cultivate these, and these have really helped me along my career. I think the third and final, possibly most important P is passion. And if you don't have passion, you're not going to have stamina. And in this industry, you do need stamina because you will have periods where you're super busy and you'll have periods where you're less busy. And everyone's been in love, I think, maybe, you know, when you're in love with something, you don't mind, you kind of oversee that, you'll push through that. So cultivating that passion for it is important, and you can do that in your own way, and I think it's important to do it in your own way. For me, you know, I'll take dance classes, even now I'll take burlesque classes. I'm always challenging myself because you will be challenged, you'll be criticised, you'll feel rejection sometimes, and the more that you can be strong in yourself and just, you know, believe in yourself, and also just know the sooner you can learn not to take any of that personally, the better, definitely. Passion. I really feel like if you've got that, it will show through as well in your photographs, and it will give you the strength to keep going. And it's about continuing. You know, it's about pushing through. When I first started, I started with some photographs that a friend of mine had taken. I sent them to another local photographer on the Gold Coast, and then he took some better photos, and then those photos led to me sending them to another photographer I really respected and admired, which led to another shoot, and so on and so on. So you can start small like that, and I sort of recommend that you do in a way, because shooting with someone you're comfortable with, first of all, is a really nice way to sort of ease yourself in, test things out. And just look, never give up, believe in yourself, and I think on that note, I'd just like to wish everyone a really happy and successful career. Thank you.